Hey, hello, you're stuck in traffic with Wolf Gorlick. A few minutes riffing on IT and IT security. Today looking at a DLL, a wrapper that you can put in place to make sure people don't set their passwords to hashes that are readily available. Password cracking is like it's the number one thing that people get into, right? They pick locks, they crack passwords. It's one of the earliest skills you learn when you're getting into this trade. And as you might imagine, our red team spends a fair amount of time cracking hashes. And our CBI labs and the CTF folks do the same thing, right? GPU cracks and whatnot. The first step in that is oftentimes downloading a list of known hashes. It used to be all rainbow tables, hashes that were created and generated. Now, oftentimes, the way that we go about it is getting the latest password dump and whatever the breach du jour is, and running that through the list of hashes we have. So, tip for you. You can get a DLL. I'm going to put a link in comments below. You can get a DLL and integrate into your Active Directory to check against these hashes when people change their passwords. That when is pretty important. You know, security controls are a funny thing. And one second here while I go around a truck and don't die. And we've talked in the past about, hey, audit your Active Directory for known passwords. Make sure that people who've set their password on LinkedIn and it's been dumped haven't also used that same password in Active Directory. But that's reactive. Sometimes it's better to be proactive, as they always say. Sometimes it's better to get ahead of it. So you put this DLL in place. And this DLL, when you go to change your password, will read through files and make sure that none of those hashes are what the person just used. Make sure none of the things that red teams or criminals or people who play CTFs all the time are going to check are what they're setting the password to. Make sure that the common things are not in play. And it's so much better than saying random characters, upper and lower. So many, But when it is found, it actually does kick back a complexity requirement error. This is made possible because Microsoft Active Directory's password management and authentication management is designed to be extensible with these DLLs, and it's well published and whatnot. The reason for that is, of course, that you may want to do may want to do like two-factor authentication or use a CAT card or any number of different things that third-party providers create. In this particular case, a gentleman took the time to read through the documentation and create a DLL that will read your hash file at password change. Now you may go, wait, that sounds cool, but why not just go out to have I been pwned direct and ask, right? Why not just query? Why am I still having to download files? Well, you got a DLL running on your Active Directory domain controller now as the highest privileged account. You probably don't want it reading out to the network and fetching anything just for the sake of not creating exploitable code. Plus, best practices, you would run that DLL on an account that doesn't have network access. So, very, very cool thing. First time I've seen something like it. Check it out in the comments and let me know what you think. Hit me on social media, back in comments. Have you seen anything like this? Is there better ways to prevent our users from reusing passwords and using easy to break passwords? Let me know. Cheers.